Before I start on this tutorial series, I just want to say a few words about art. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of constant improvement. The drive to better our art to a professional level can take its toll on us. Sometimes it may be discouraging when you don't see your work improving. Sometimes you may want to give up, or worse off, not even start. I want you to keep in mind why you draw, why you practice. To me, it's because I love the creative process. The idea of transcending space and time, telling a story, living in another world briefly to bring back a snippet of what I saw for another to experience. To me, art was also a bandage. Being an introvert for most of my childhood, it allowed me to live the life I wanted, in my mind and on paper, without having to expose myself to others. Art is an essential piece to my life, for when it goes well and when it doesn't. Even so, I sometimes have to remind myself that's why I draw, and that's why I love to draw. I get so caught up with improving myself that I forget. So I guess the point is, don't forget why you love art. Welcome to my much anticipated art tutorial series. My greatest hope with the series will be to leave you with something valuable to you on your art journey. What you see is just a time lapse of me doodling, sped up 20 times, but from next tutorial I'm going to demo what I explain. This is just for the introduction. So say I have to reevaluate art, try figure out a way to streamline how I learned it. What would I do instead? What words can I say that may resonate with you enough to help you on your journey? It's a tough call, but one I aim to answer with this series. And I'll begin with my personal understanding of what art is. In its simplest form, art is a projection of an idea through understanding. In this case, with visual art, we project stories, worlds, characters, emotions, and more through our understanding of the visual world around us. We call this understanding the fundamentals of art. And this is the foundation to your art career. So what are the fundamentals? I can list them like line, form, lighting, composition, color, etc. However, I prefer to explain it with a bit more detail. So I see three categories when it comes to the fundamentals: media, principles, and visual library. Media are what you use to make the images, like the canvas, tool, hand-eye coordination, etc. Principles are the understandings of the world, like dimension, light, composition, and so forth. And visual library is the understanding of subject matter, like anatomy and such. We'll go into all three in depth, but I'm going to predominantly focus this tutorial series on the principles of art for now. So what are the principles? There's dimension. As you know, we live in a three-dimensional universe, as in length, breadth, and height, line, shape, and form, X, Y, and Z, etc. We need to understand all three dimensions and use tools like perspective to create convincing drawings. Second, there's light. Light is how we see. It comes from a light source, bounces off something, and sometimes hits the back of your eye, sending a signal to your brain which you interpret as sight. Light includes color, shadows, ambient occlusion, atmospheric occlusion, etc. There are also the story elements like camera angle, mood, composition, and so forth. We'll tackle them all together, so if it seems a bit much for now, don't worry, it will take time, and that's what I'm going to try to save you. So if this seems like something you're interested in, hit that subscribe button. If there's anyone who you feel would benefit from something like this, hit that share button. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you back here soon. Stay awesome.